Dude, what's going on? Just preaching. I'm up here in Toledo, Ohio, and the 5 minute load get me back to Florida because of this hurricane. Luckily, my wife and sons, they tried to do most of all the hurricane prep since I wasn't there, but she wound up calling a handyman to put up the shutters and everything, because we're gonna have about 90 to 100 mile per hour winds going on. So I had to call a handyman to do that. Even if I was home, I wouldn't have been able to do it myself because of my neck issues. Y'all see here, this is a bone stimulator, and it helps bone growth for your neck. They got it for different parts too, but this one is for your neck. So I'm supposed to wear this for about 4 hours every day. It's on a timer. I'm getting loaded now, so it's a good time to have it on while I'm getting loaded, knowing that it's going to take about an hour and a half. So when I wake up, I try to do it like for an hour. When I wake up, I'm getting ready, I'm getting loaded, I put it on. When I'm getting unloaded, I put it on. When I'm taking a 30-minute break, I put it on. Then before I go to sleep, I kill like the last hour or so, whatever time that I have left to do it, I go ahead and kill it. But this is the bad part about when you is an over-the-road trucker and you got to worry about stuff, because now, the last hurricane, I went home, and that was like a week and a half ago. I went home for that to put up the shutters and everything, and I lost so much because I came home. So it was only 3 days, and out of 3 days I had made $4,500 for those 3 days. And that basically is no profit. I have to be at 53 for me to get like a $700, $800 check. Anything over $5,000, that's where I make all my money. So when I'm up to 65 for the week, or between 67, well now I'm bringing home like $1,800, $1,900 for the week. So that's why my goal is always to be at 65. I'm always over 65, but I'm anywhere between 65 to 72 that I make per week. So that's good. So I'm coming home early because of the hurricane, because after I actually would get there right after the hurricane, I get there Thursday night, so Friday I can assess all the damages and see what I need to do to my house and things like that. So this gonna be another week where I just have 2 loads, and it's gonna put me at 4,800 for the week, because it's only been 2 loads, and then they it's going to the Walmart, but they closed because of the hurricane. So it's actually going to deliver 7 o'clock Saturday morning, but I only stayed 3 miles away from the Walmart distribution center. So that's one good thing about it. But so it's another week where I'm just doing 48. So all for this one, I probably will make about $400, $500 for the week. But you have to plan for these things. Yep, I'm still inside my Freightliner. Karen, she's still down. That's my cash truck. She's down. I'm waiting on a gear shift housing, which was extremely hard to find because it's a 99. So you got to call all these truck junkyards, and it's a lot of them. Then they call some of the other friends that sell things, and so I wound up finding one. Mine's the housing got cracked, so the shifter, you really can't shift because it's the ball in it is pushing against it, and it's not letting it shift in certain gears and stuff. So it's been down for a little bit now because of that housing. Like I said, it's a 99. They don't make those parts no more. So, but it's a paid off truck. When you got a paid off truck, you too much don't have that to worry about. The driver that I had for it, he's gotten another job because it just took too long, so can't go that long without a check, and I can't go that long with paying him while the truck is down. Because if the truck ain't make no money, the money that I have in reserves for that particular truck, for that, is starting to go. Then I still got to have the rest of the money to, finish fixing it as well. So I understand that. So whenever that gets back up and running again, I try to find another driver for it again and go ahead and go off. This truck right here, I didn't had now for 2 years since I had this truck. And like I said before, I start doubling up on payments, or paying at least a payment and a half, so I can hurry up and get this truck paid off as soon as possible as well. So I know there's a lot of debate about, lease purchases and coming out here and how there's no money out here. I don't listen to that, because has it affect my bottom line? Yes, it has. I'm down about $1,000 a week. Okay, and it fluctuates between $1,000 to like $1,400 a week. Because when the getting was good, I was at 72 to 75 a week. But now I'm at 65, an average of 65. Especially when I go home every week and a half. I'm going to average at least 65 a week. But when you're a business, okay, I go by the month. What are my total gross for the month? So when I'm all my bookkeeping that I do, and I do my monthly P&Ls, that's what counts. It's your monthly P&Ls. Okay, when you go out and you get any loans or you getting anything, they want to see your W-4s for the year, your tax returns, and then they want to see your monthly P&L statements. They're not asking for your weekly P&L statements. They're asking for your monthly P&L statements. So that's how I always do my average. So even though I didn't had 2 weeks, make it under $5,000, I still will have 2 more weeks. I'm on a physical year. I'm not on a calendar year. Okay, it's a difference. Business people who really do know business and really do numbers and do P&Ls and do declining budgets and do regular budgets, no, you be on the physical year. That's from the time that you actually start your business. Okay, so that is your year. So you just don't go from the 1st all the way to the 30th or 31st of the month. Okay, it doesn't work like that in business, unless you set it up like that. You can't set it up like that in business. But I'm on a physical year. Okay, so, but like I was saying, it's doable. Okay, it is doable, and this is why I say it's doable. I book my own loads. I have a dispatcher, and sometimes if I'm busy, I'm doing a lot of things, I will ask my dispatcher, hey, find me a load going over here, but just go in the areas that I go to. Okay, so you have to know the areas to run. So when you're listening to people who say that it's dead out here, it's no loads and everything, there are loads. It all depends on where you at. You can get in an area where, yes, there are no loads. You can be in an area where, yes, they do not pay well. Okay, well, don't run in those areas. What are the areas that are paying good? I use 5 different load boards. 5 different ones. All right, and I stay in areas that are paying. So I go in certain areas. So even the loads that or day loads is what I could call them, that deliver, pick up one day, deliver the next day. Okay, I'm averaging anywhere from $1,000 to $1,300 going to those particular areas. Okay, because I can go in the area for $1,300. Coming out of that area, I may go back to the same area that was paying good, but the load going back to that area is only paying me about $900, $850 to get back to that area. Then I pick up another load paying like $1,300, $1,400, and I go back up to the other area. That area coming out is only going to be paying. So I look at, when I book a load, I look at the area where I'm going. And then I look at loads coming out of that area and what they are paying. So I start with that area first, right? And I'm calling and I'm calling, I'm trying to get with the broker and see how much money can I get coming out of that area. When I didn't got that particular thing set up, now I know I got a load coming out of that area for about 900, 1,000, sometimes it's 850 bucks. Now I would go ahead and book the other load that I had. I told the broker I'd give him a call back to give me like 5-6 minutes. Then I booked that load that's paying me $1,300. So I'm going to the area, but I got a backhaul already set up that I'm going to that area to bring me back to the area that was paying pretty good. So then that's what I do. That's how I book my loads. And before I go and pick up a load, I already have another load booked coming out of that particular area. So I stay one load ahead of time. And that's how I keep my numbers where they're at. Of course, they're not paying $2.30 a mile like they used to. Okay, we can continue to complain about that till we turn blue in the face. Listen, work with what you have. Make the best of what you have. That's what you have to do. But then again, all my bills, my life and everything is not set up making $1,900. I paid myself a salary when I first got out here. I was paying myself a salary at $1,150. It went from $1,150 up to $1,300 a week. That's my salary. Bam, that's it. Because that's what I need to pay all my bills and put money in the bank and save money for my family. Okay, and this was started back when I was working for Warner. I got my house and everything when I was working for Warner, making that amount of money. So my life is set up on that particular salary. So just because I started making more money, it don't mean I'm going to add on more expenses. And that's a lot of time be the problem. Folks start making more money, so what they just start doing, spending more money instead of putting yourself on a budget and this, because you have to know that, hey, all good things come to an end every once in a while now. So you got to be careful with how you spend your money, and it's all about how you spend your money. What are you using your money for? Okay, so you got to think about all this particular stuff. So listen to the truckers that's saying ain't no money out here. Yes, there is money out here. It's not money like it used to be out here, but it's money how it used to be like 5 years ago out here, 4 years ago out here. It's the same amount of money. You just don't have when everything was needed and there was a lot of freight out here because a lot of people was buying things. You just don't have that. And then what freight are you hauling? That's the other thing. You got to be smart with what you are doing. You know, I haul horse bedding, stuff like water. These horses, these people are gonna still buy the same thing. They still gonna need their hay, they still gonna need the horse bedding, they still gonna need the feed, they still gonna need all this stuff, regardless, okay? Regardless. You go to these farms and everything like that, all these farm loads I be having, that money hasn't changed. That's the same amount of money. It has not changed. It stayed consistent throughout the whole time. Consistent throughout the whole time. When it was a whole bunch of freight out here, the price of it went up about 200 bucks for the load because more people would have more options to do other stuff besides that particular type of hauling, because it's a lot of heavy weight a lot of times. Besides the horse bedding. The horse bedding was about 38,000 pounds on the horse bedding and stuff. So sometimes, you know, same thing with water. People still drinking water. So my other truck is doing horse bedding and it's doing water. And taller people. That's what keep Karen busy. That's what keep my other truck busy. So you have to. Now me on this overroad truck, I haul a variety of things to keep me going, to keep me going, to keep me going. You know, so, but you got to keep picking the type of commodity that people are using no matter what, because that freight is always going to be moving. So you got to be in those particular areas where they're manufacturing these things and they're shipping these things out. And yes, sometimes they are going to ship it to areas where the loads are not paying that good, but do they pay decent? With me, as long as the load is paying $1.74 or more, I'm good for a backhaul. Because my other haul going out there is paying me like $220, $230. So I'm still averaging over $2 a mile. By the end of the week, my average is always over $2 a mile. It is. Every load ain't gonna be no home run. Every load ain't gonna give you 2 bases. You know, sometimes you're gonna have to take it 1 base at a time. Then sometimes you're gonna have to steal a little base. Hey, sometimes, it didn't happen to me, you get a walk to a base because it was too many fouls. You know, sometimes it just happened that way. The luck swung your way. You didn't have to work hard. It just was there for the taking. You was easy. You did a nice little stroll to the base, get where you need to be at. So is it more work? Yes, it's more work. But you know, nowadays people don't want to work. You want your own truck. You want to be a lease operator, own operator, and you just think it's just gonna get handed to you. You're just gonna make this money without you even working. You talking about your dispatcher ain't finding you no good loads. Well, your dispatcher probably got a load about 14 drivers trying to find loads for all the time. And their job is just to get a load to the truck. As long as they get a load to the truck, they trying to keep the truck moving. So they're gonna be offering you these loads. How long do you think they really taking on you? They got 14 drivers need loads. How long are they taking on you to find that particular load? How much time do you really think they're going? I told you I use 5 load boards. When I tell you it takes time, it takes time. I'm looking at it all day long. I'm looking at all the load boards all day long. To get these kind of loads that I get, it takes me at least an hour and a half. Sometimes an hour, sometimes 45 minutes. Like I said, sometimes you get that one call and they paying. They need that load to go. You know, so it varies. So I bet on myself. I don't want nobody in charge of my money but me. I want to be in charge of my money. So if I fail, it's on me. I'm not talking about, well, my dispatcher did, so I had to change dispatchers again. Oh, this trucking company, they don't care about this. Hey, you is running a business. All these trucking companies, when you become a lease operator with them, they have you do what? Get an EIN number and start your own business. So it's your business. Don't blame somebody else because you're not running your business right. You making the business decisions. So if your business decisions is to lease on to a company where they're going to be dispatching you and you don't have no control over where you are going and you totally dependent on all your money from your dispatcher, that's on you. Don't blame nobody else for your bad decisions. You got to start off with yourself. Remember, every time you point your finger at somebody, look how many fingers you got pointing right back at you. You got 3 pointing right back at you every time you point your finger at somebody. So remember that now. Remember, don't make bad choices. Make good choices. All right? Get some help. I say this all the time. Before I started my business, I paid $1,000 for 4 hours with a business consultant that specializes in trucking. I paid $1,000 for a business attorney for 4 hours to go over the rules and everything for my business governing trucking. My options. What are my options? How can I protect myself? What if a company does this to me in the business world? What are my recourses? Listen, it takes money to make money. A lot of times we get out here and we don't talk to no professional. We do a lot of stuff off of YouTube University, which helps out a lot. It does. But I want to make sure I had correct information on everything. What are my options? What are this? If I do a lease purchase with somebody, what should I look for in the contract? How should it be? How should I run it? Should I be able to do this? Should I be able to do that? I got all the correct information that I needed. And I just paid that money for it, so I can make the right decisions. You got people who jump from company to company, from one lease purchase to the next lease purchase. They tell you all this stuff about it, but they keep jumping from company to company to company to company. Right? I've been with the same company for over 2 years. Still making money. Still inside the same truck. Stuff you got to look at. Stuff you got to look at. You really got to look at these type of stuff. All right, it's been about 20 minutes, man. People out there in Florida, hey, my prayers are with you, just like it's with my family. And I hope I have a good ride him down there, and I just hope that my house and stuff is still up and nothing is really wrong with it. Last time I spent about $1,100 from the last hurricane that went through there. I spent about $1,100 in repairs and stuff. So I'm hoping this time everything will be all right. All right, talk to y'all later.